All right, tubers, so what are we doing today? Let me pull back and show you. I got a few pieces of wood, a few tools out, and we're here at the stairwell. So before I show you how to lay out for a set of stair treads, what I've actually got to do, don't make you dizzy, is I have to pad out that 2x10, one thickness, just to make everything the way I'm going to be laying it out work for me. So let me cut a board, screw it to there, and then we'll start talking about cutting some. Okay, boys and girls, it's time to explain stair treads. And what you've got is run and rise, and that determines your stair treads. Now in most cases you have to measure your run and then you measure your rise and you do a little quick math and you come up with how many treads and how high each step should be to make it workable. I don't need to do that because it's an open end. So I'm going to pick a good standard number of 7.5 rise and just cut treads, and then I'll adjust it. I'm making one master stringer, so I'll have a 7.5 inch rise and 11 inch tread, and when I put my deck boards on with the space, that will give me a 12 inch tread with a 7.5 inch rise. I think that'll be perfectly acceptable. Okay, so let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. So we come over here and you got your 2x12 stringer. Now you can buy these things pre-cut. I'll be back. I've got to charge my battery. I'm going to lay out stair treads. Let me see so I can see what I'm looking at here. Okay, if I'm going to lay out stair treads, I use a framing square. So what are we going to do? We're going to have an 11 inch tread, so I mark my 11, and I want to go with a 7.5 inch rise, like that. Now I've got my run and my rise laid out. So if this were the stairs, up 7.5, foot, step, foot, step. Yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah, your foot goes here, up, and then turn your next step. So, looking at this piece of wood, actually, I really want to leave, this is where the better grain is. So, I'm going to leave that intact. Better grain is staying intact. So, does it work better for me to run the stringer this way and cut out these knots? Or am I better off running the stringer this way? Where's 11? 7.5. All right, that's it. I'm going to take it out of the run, mostly, and leave it in the rise. Alright, so I have determined... Am I even filming? Yes, okay. I have determined where my first stair tread is going to be. Up here is the top, that's the bottom, and I'm cutting out this little section here, 7.5 and 11. So, all I gotta do now is copy that all the way up. Stick with my marks. Seven and a half, 11. Okay, boys and girls, I've got it all laid out. So at this point, it's just a matter of cutting wood. You want to see dog running, maybe you'll catch her in the background. See, they're only partially cut in the back. So you just take a jigsaw, sawzall, whatever works for you, what you got. Trying to get where I can see. I think I'm going to reverse my blade. Well, I'm getting better at it. Well, I've set the stringer, just propped it up there in place. I would say I'm one tread too many, and part of the bottom tread is going to end up getting buried into the ground. So let me take off a tread and see what it looks like. Well, I'm at a stop spot. I got 3 stringers cut. I know how to do it. Pretty much ready to hang when I figure that out. Actually, it's time for me to go feed the chickens and do all the farm chores. Dusty, you ready to go see Criminal? Go see chickens? All right, let's go. I'm taking a break right here, but actually, it's starting to look like stairs. I've got 3 stringers up, 2 more to go, and got my blocking in nice and solid for future railing and just making it right. My last step is almost buried. If I was willing to raise the ground, I could have probably gone with 6 treads. Hey, I actually got a real day in working, or at least half day. There's the stringers, up and cut. Everything's level, close enough for me, looks fine. I've got to do, you know, lots of tie-up, but they're basically sitting there in place where I want them. Job well done today. Now I've got to pick off this crap and put the old chickens away. I gave the chickens the other half of the backyard this year. So I had to move the fence and there they are. Having a good old time. Look, my two brown chickens, Big Red and Little Brown Chicken, aren't working anymore. Oh man, that really upsets me. Because at some point, farm animals, you know how it is. Oh right, well, I got to keep working here. Another day, another board. But we're getting closer.